Alright, bitches, so we're on to episode 33 of Dragon Ball Super, and this episode is called Be Surprised, Universe 6. This is Super Saiyan Son Goku! Alright, so this episode picks up with the beginning of the match between Goku and Botamo. And right off the bat, Botamo begins using an attack where he's just sort of bouncing. Like, he's kind of big, kind of bouncy, and he's just bouncing all over the arena. And Goku is being real sloppy, and, Botamo hits him, and, Goku is just kind of acting like a weirdo. And, it cuts to, the audience reaction, and, Champa kind of laughs and thinks that, just like at Beerus's castle, Goku's movements are slow and that this shouldn't be much of a match. And then Goku kind of rubs his stomach and says, "Oh, I ate too much grilled meat," obviously referring to the trip over to the Nameless Planet here when Chi-Chi cooked. So Goku ate too much and still has to digest his meat. And that leads to, comical reactions from the peanut gallery, and then the referee who I do kind of like. He seems pretty cool. At this point, Botamo starts shooting like a mouth blast at Goku, a nice little green energy ball, and Goku's kind of dodging it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is helping me work off that meat, it's nice." And then at that point, Goku stops, dodges, and shoots a Kamehameha at Botamo, and the blast has no effect on him. So then Goku rushes in and, does his flurry of punches, his ora, 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 as you might say, and none of the attacks are affecting Botamo. Then it goes over to the crowd, and Jaco actually says it appears as though the hits are being redirected to a different dimension, and then they're being nullified, which is really fascinating. So that would almost be like this Botamo has a special power that's almost kind of like a variant of Obito from Naruto, or, the Vision from Marvel Comics and shit. And this is an interesting little thing, because most characters in Dragon Ball, a lot of them, they don't really have, special abilities. I mean, of course, the Namekians can heal, and I guess, Frieza and his race can survive in space. But, there's not really a lot of, oh, this guy can do that thing, and that guy can do that thing. It's just more of a general fighting show. So, I like that here in Dragon Ball Super, they're giving us something a little different at the start here. So, Goku's not able to beat him because none of his attacks work on Botamo. And Vegeta calls out, Kakarot, stop being an idiot, use your head. And so, Goku kind of thinks, oh, well, since no attacks work on you, you've been neglecting your training, huh? And he sort of picks Botamo up by the legs. And, clearly Botamo has been skipping leg day, because he has the skinniest pencil dick legs compared to how big his body and his arms are. And Goku just carries Botamo to the edge of the ring and then just tosses his ass out for an easy victory. That was very fast, very quick. Not much drama there. Goku didn't even have to go Super Saiyan or anything. He just tossed Botamo's big ass out of the ring. So now at this point, Universe 7 and 6 both have 4 fighters remain. So it's shit. 5 minutes into the tournament, 2 fighters are already out. Damn. Seeing that Champa, his fighter, has been defeated, Champa starts throwing a fit and starts making all these crazy, claims and all this bullshit. Oh, Goku cheated with his Kamehameha because it was a projectile weapon. And the ref is yeah, but it's his physical ability, it's fine. Botamo even used a similar attack. And Champa gets frustrated and he's like, "That was bullshit. You tricked me trying to make your movements look dumb and sloppy back at Beerus's castle." And Goku goes, Goku in his voice, "Well, I had the heavy suit that Whis made me wear." And so Champa keeps freaking out, and everyone kind of boos him, and Beerus even calls him a disgrace. Vados then says it's not a big deal because they don't have to win every match to win the tournament, which is true. And even old Kai throws in an insult where, he's like, "That's not very godly of you." And Supreme Kai seems like he's like, "Shut up, boy, you're gonna get us killed." So at this point, the next fighter for Universe 6 jumps in. So I guess the way this tournament is gonna go is that, once a fighter enters from one side, he can't leave until he's defeated. So let's say Goku sweeps the whole tournament, then it would just be Goku and he'll continue fighting. And it kind of works that way. I remember, there was I knew some friends who were Super Smash Bros. Players, and they did clan battles like that, where you got 5 members, and a member steps up to the plate, and as he beats people, he keeps playing. He's not able to switch with any of his teammates at any point until he's actually beaten. So the next fighter who comes up is Frost. This is the Frieza lookalike and the Frieza counterpart for Universe 6. And very polite, very similar to Future Trunks. He walks up to Goku, shakes his hand, says it's going to be a good fight. Then he calls out to, Goku's friends, Ox King, Bulma, Yamcha Tien, Krillin, the whole lot of them. And he says, just because we're forced to be enemies here, it doesn't mean we can't be friends. And it's only a martial arts competition. I hope to earn your respect and all types of shit. And it's okay, this is interesting. If they're going to bring in a variant of Frieza, but he's gonna be different. He could be a good guy. So that's intriguing to me, rather than just run it back with, oh, it's Frieza, he's an asshole. Because that wouldn't make a lot of sense, because we just got done with Frieza coming back before, Golden Frieza, and, Golden Frieza, let's be honest, really is not that impressive. I mean, he looks cool, he has a cool aura, but Vegeta and Goku stun his bitch ass in 5 seconds, so whatever. So now they're gonna bring in Frost here, who doesn't, Frieza, the second Goku goes Super Saiyan in original Dragon Ball Z, Frieza basically becomes irrelevant. So it is a curious decision to bring, Frieza essentially back twice already in Dragon Ball Super. Goku and Frost, they spar a little bit. And Goku, kind of laughs a little bit, and Frost is a little curious, and Goku tells him, I see what you're trying to do, you're testing my power, bit by bit, and then you'll slowly transform to match my power and see what's going on. And Goku tells him, stop fucking around. You need to take your final form now, or else you're gonna get beat. And Frost seems intrigued by this, and he says, okay, I'll take your advice. And he says, I'll go straight to my final form. And he transforms. And then when the aura, dissipates and all the smoke clears, he's only in his 3rd form. This is the form that beat the shit out of Piccolo quite badly, but he wasn't in for very long because he almost got fucked up by Gohan before Frieza then went straight to final form. It's the Frieza form that looks honestly like a ripoff of, Aliens. And Frieza, Frost says, alright, this is my final form, let's go. And it cuts over to Vegeta, and Vegeta's like, motherfucker, he's taking us for fools. And the fight begins anew. And Frost, I would say Frost is kind of winning this part. Frost is kind of giving Goku the business a little bit. There's some scenes where Goku shoot, doing, the Vegeta energy volley, and he does, a quick Kamehameha that go towards the stands. And you see that the stands kind of create, this, energy bubble shield. Whis, obviously, gave him some good seats and shit. Then at this point, the announcer starts going over some of the backstory of Frost and mentions that this form is called Frost's Assault Form, and that Frost leads the Peacekeeping Force, or the Peacekeeping Corps. Yeah, the Peacekeeping Force, and he leads them to take out evildoers across the universe, and he provides assistance to post-war reconstruction, helps children, and he's been awarded the Universal Peace Prize 3 times. So it's holy shit, this dude is not just bullshit talking, he's actually a super cool guy. And it cuts over to Champa, and Champa's even wow, this guy's really nice, huh? And Vados says that the agreement is that if Frost wins, the tournament, that Champa will provide assistance to him. And even Champa's kind of but doesn't that make me scummy if I don't provide assistance when he loses? And Vados is kind of that's not what a god of destruction should say. So then Frost hits a Goku with an energy volley. And, they're kind of thinking oh, it looks like Frost is going to take this. And then Goku gets up and, dusts himself off. And he's like, alright, I'm warmed up now. Typical bullshit Goku fashion. Goku the troll. And then he goes Super Saiyan. Just Super Saiyan 1. So this is indeed confirmation that Goku and Vegeta are going to be able to go all of the Super Saiyan forms, despite the fact that, they have the godly energy in them. Both of them can go Super Saiyan Blue, and it looks like both of them are going to be capable of going the various Super Saiyan forms as well, which is pretty cool. Now, this is interesting because Champa, like, a surprise, like, Nani? And goes, what the fuck? Saiyans can transform. And he hasn't been given a name yet, but the Saiyan boy that's on the Universe 6 team is surprised as well and says, no, Saiyans can't transform. I don't know what this is. So it looks like the Saiyans of Universe 6 either are not capable of transforming into Super Saiyans, because it is stated in the last episode that they don't have tails. So either they can't transform into Super Saiyans or none of them have. I'm guessing none of them have. I guess it probably would make sense if maybe somehow he was pushed to the limit and went Super Saiyan for the first time when he fights, whoever he ends up fighting. Remember, my prediction last episode was I thought he would probably fight Vegeta based on their interactions together. So after Goku goes Super Saiyan, he tells Frost, like, hey, stop fucking around. I know you've got one last form because of, the guy I fought in our universe. And Frost goes final form, and he says that the reason he didn't transform, it's not because he was saving it for another match like Goku thought, but it was because he's not able to control his power, and he once accidentally killed an evildoer unnecessarily who he stopped. He does ask Goku how the Universe 7 variant, Frieza, fared against Goku, and Goku says it'd be better if you didn't ask, and Frost says, alright, well, hopefully I'll do different. At this point, Goku basically just suns Frost. Like, he's not even close to Goku's power, which does make sense. If this is really his final form, like if Frost is not capable of going into Golden Frost form or whatever, if this is just how it is, then yeah, Super Saiyan Goku would destroy Frost. But, as Goku is, beating his ass, like he keeps knocking Frost down, and Frost gets up constantly, and, he's showing some heart, like he's not a bitch, and he says, like, the children are hoping for me to win. I need to not let the children down. And you kind of got to feel, you got to feel respect for this man. He's going against Goku, who is fucking number one here. And then it's kind of weird because Frost kind of just does a punch and Goku blocks it. But you see almost like a quick flash, and then Goku kind of recoils and closes one eye. But what's interesting is it cuts to Jacko in the audience, and he's kind of like super shocked, like he just noticed something crazy. Then Goku starts to kind of it looks like he's about to fall asleep, like he's starting to lose consciousness. And then Frost does a powerful roundhouse kick and says, "This is my chance," and hits Goku, and Goku gets knocked out of the ring for a ring out. So Goku loses. Frost beats Goku right here, and then this is how the episode ends. Very surprising. I gotta say, I certainly did not fucking see this. Goku losing, basically, and Botamo was a scrub. I don't even want to count him. In Goku's basically first match, he loses. This could be a way for Dragon Ball Super to really show Vegeta off. The Battle of the Gods arc was basically all about Goku. If we're going to make the Universe 6 arc all about Vegeta, I can kind of see what they're going here. It is kind of weird to have Goku lose in such a kind of, shameful fashion here. Goku, it's hard to tell exactly what happened, but there might have been some shenanigans. But I gotta say, Goku does have a history of fucking around way too damn much that I'm not happy with. So this could just be an extension of that. And geez, when I hear the Japanese voice actor for Goku, so childish, the 80-year-old grandma voice for Goku, it just his character he's not as cool to me. I need, what's the voice actor's name in English? Sean Schimmel? I gotta watch this shit in English, man. I need that Dragon Ball Super dub ASAP. I need that shit bad. And then in the preview for the next episode, we see that the next fight is going to be Piccolo versus Frost. So we'll see how Piccolo fares if Goku is not able to win. This will be interesting because I guess Frost's power is not really confirmed, but he must be much stronger than Final Form Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. But we'll see how he fares against Piccolo.